My name is Valerie, and this is my greenhouse. It's a 7-foot by 14-foot. It's about 10 to 15 years old. I'm at 8,400 feet in Teller County. We are right on Trout Creek. That's the creek right there, and that's where the cold air settles every night. My frame is pretty simple. It's anchored on T-posts, which are submerged into cement and cinder blocks. It hasn't blown away yet. My overhead frame is just PVC piping attached to the frame, and I have a double poly layer which stops a lot of the sun penetration and also keeps the heat in the wintertime. I also have a layer of white fabric in there which stops a lot of the sun penetration. We can overheat so easy in here. I use a screen on the door, and that keeps the white butterfly from going in, laying its eggs and letting the larvae eat my broccoli, but it lets the beneficial insects come in and out. And I can replace that in the fall with glass for better heat retention. The floor was at one point covered with the same hardware cloth as the screen for the window, but the rodents and mice have figured out a way to breach with just holes in general in the frame so they can sneak in little corners. So I always have that battle, and for that reason I use this little snake. It's a fake snake, and I move it around so they think it's real, but they don't really. My best friend is my high-low min-max thermometer. And this tells me when I can start growing and what I can start growing. These are just magnetic markers that stop when it hits its low. I hit 30 degrees July 4th that night. And then the other day, my timer on my fan didn't come on, so I was up to 93, but I might hit that again. And you can just slide those down. This is a handy little gizmo. Just slide those down for a reset. And I got that from Farm Tech, which you can get online. My fan is on a timer, and that is set for an hour after sun penetration to come on. So I get heat gain, and then it turns off an hour before the shadows hit, so I get heat buildup. And that keeps my heat going in here. I've got just some oregano, lavender, and thyme, which I will eat. I'm doing my lettuce and just some regular onions, some broccoli. I'm trying one kohlrabi. All these plants were purchased as starts and installed June 1. Where there's gaps in the soil, I've done some more sowing for lettuce, which will be my second series, because when I harvest my lettuce, when it gives me the white milky ooze, it's starting to get bitter, so I may want some fresh lettuce. And then on my Butter Crunch lettuce, I harvest from the bottom to stop the rotting leaves from getting to the bottom. It also lets me know how bad my aphids are. And then I also do Swiss chard, which to me is better than spinach, but they say either you like kale or you like Swiss chard, and I like Swiss chard. And I can either steam it or eat it raw. And that is pretty much my garden as of July 8th. Just a quick follow-up on the greenhouse. It is August 12th, and I'll be harvesting some broccoli since she is blocking my lavender and basil. I'll go ahead and take this plant out because there's a kohlrabi that could use some sunshine, and another broccoli coming on. Onions, I don't think look that great. I think they could do a lot better. I'll give them some time. I slipped in some Autumn Joy cuttings because the deer were eating those plants anyway, so I'm just going to go for cuttings on that. I had some replacement lettuce that I put back in. They're not very big. I think I'll do some more. Seed them inside and then come back out. This broccoli here, I'm going to cut and leave the rest for broquettes, little ones, because there's really nothing else that's blocking as far as the sun goes. This one will be delayed, which is nice because then I won't get all the broccoli at the same time. My high-low thermometer tells me I'm coming in a little bit over 90 on my high temperatures, and since July 4th we've gone below 40 degrees again, which is life on the creek. And Swiss chard is doing awesome. We eat this quite a bit. I have something eating my leaves, but just a few of my leaves. I look for the worm or slug or whatever, but I'm the primary predator in my Swiss chard garden, so with minimal damage, I don't worry about who's eating it except me. If they were eating more and I wasn't getting enough, then I'd worry about it. So as of August 12th, that's the garden.